thought the first half was convincing. I thought we were clinical. I thought we played some really good stuff in the right areas of the pitch. I thought we shown the levels in the first half. All being said, I thought they played some fantastic football. I think when we played Stockton 2 weeks ago, when we went 2-0 up, 3-0 up, you could see them just deteriorate. Body language, performance level, energy level sapped. Whereas today we went 3-0 up, 4-0 up, and they were still popping the ball around really well. I thought they're one of the best teams we've played, if I'm being honest. They didn't really hurt us going forward in terms of chances on goal, but you can see they play some lovely football, really nice to watch. But I think we did drop off in the second half, and that's happened twice, but I think that's just football, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we started really well. You go into 2-0 up, 3-0 up again straight away. The game's over if you do the right things.
It looks like you're building something really special there, and I know that it's only the early stage of the season. I spoke to Wayne about this the other day, but secretly, what are you thinking? You must be optimistic about this season now.
No, because it feels like obviously it's an amazing time, but we'll keep our feet on the ground. You know, we've only played 7 league games. I could go and lose my next 5 league games, and we could be sitting in the bottom 3, and everyone's saying, "Oh, I need to be sacked," and everyone forgets what's going on. So, no, it's one game at a time for us. We've got some targets that we want to achieve. We're way above them. I keep saying it to all the different media outlets, and no, I'm just dead proud of the group. We're playing some good football at times. We've been a bit sloppy in times, but at 4-0, I think that's expected. But I think we're trying to change the culture of the football club. We want to win football matches. We want to be challenging for things. It's a bit early to be talking about playoffs because people keep saying it, but we just want to win football matches. Want to win cups, want to win raffles, scorecards, get that habit, and it's coming, it's working at the moment.
Well, you're through to the next round of the FA Cup. How important will this competition be this season? Is it a priority, or is it something that you're just going to enjoy and see how far you can get?
It's not a priority for me. I've always said that from day one. It never has as a manager. It never will be, whichever job I go into. My responsibility to the football club is to try and be one of the best teams over 42 league games, because that's where we want to progress. When you're one of the top teams and you're winning leagues, then the FA Cup's brilliant. If you're one of the lower teams and you're happy to stay in the league and then the FA Cup brings in great money, then fair be. For me, I want to win football matches, and the league is the priority, but I do understand the responsibility we have to try and generate funds if you win games at this early stage, you know, especially if you're drawing teams out in the lower end of the pyramid. So, you know, what's that now? 2 wins, just under 10 grand for the football club. Fantastic. You know, I'm happy with that. And hopefully the crowd have enjoyed it, and we just look to see we get on Monday.
And all clubs want to make the home ground a fortress, don't they? But you look at the pitch here, probably the best in the league, arguably better than some clubs in a division above. Is that a factor for you? Do you look at the pitch and think you've got to play good passing football, you've got to take advantage of it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be having a go at my groundsman actually, because there's a lot of weeds on there today. But the thing is, the problem we've got is teams come, and you saw them today, they popped it around really well, and it's not a leveller for us because we're not allowed to train on it or go on it. It's literally, we turn up and it's like, oh wow, look at our pitch. It's the same as, it's like we're a visitor ourselves. But yeah, you want to make it a fortress. The unfortunate thing for us is we can't make this ground a fortress because we don't have the fan base and the noise levels. There's a group of people in the far corner and a group of people here now that are trying to get it going a little bit. But at 3-0 after 15-20 minutes, this ground should be absolutely rocking. And then you score 4, 5 and 6. The adrenaline kicks in for players. We score and it's 3-0. It's like a morgue. And unfortunately, that's us. That's little Curzon, I suppose.
How can you change that though? Could you get more people, say, collected in one side of the ground, say underneath the stand?
You could say that, but I just think like because of the size of who we are and the openness of the ground, you know, the chairman and the board of directors, they've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to give as much initiatives and freebies away as we possibly can to try and get the crowd up. But you know, we're getting crowds of 200-300. Mosley we're getting 700. Out there getting 700. That's a credit to their town, you know. But we need that because at 3-0, this ground will be absolutely rocking. You know, if we was Chester, a Kidderminster, a Darlington, and you're winning 3-0, that crowd let you know about it, and the players don't drop off. Unfortunately, we go 3-0 up, and it's like a training game. So, but listen, we're working hard to change that. But we really do appreciate the fans we've got. They're amazing. The numbers are slightly up. The juniors are starting to come through, which is fantastic. You can see that the group of people in the far corner now with all the variety of songs, and we're just trying to create that real family atmosphere that, you know, people want to enjoy coming.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned the juniors. You've got a massive junior section here. Will you be looking as a manager to look at the youth team, maybe bring a few players through? Is that part of your aims and ambitions here?
It is as a long-term plan, but you know, being the manager of Curzon Ashton, sometimes, unfortunately, you don't have the time in the job to be able to put a long-term plan in place, and that's no disrespect to the club. Unfortunately, remit has always been stay in the league. Well, you can't then put a load of young kids in at 18. I've been training with our under 17s and 18s, and unfortunately there is a big gap. But that's no disrespect to them. It's just that they're not going from an under 18s at Curzon Ashton to then into a North West Counties group or an MPL North. It's a massive difference, and unfortunately there's a big gap. But we're working on that in the background. Paul Walton, who's running the team at the moment with his team of coaches, are doing a fantastic job. They've got circa 30-40 players, which is fantastic, and it's not always about trying to get them in our first team. Got to make that clear as well as a football club. Can we give them a pathway into a North West Counties team? You know, West Lancs team, West Cheshire, something like that. It's still a good level of football where there's players getting paid more money than some of my players do at Curzon. But you know, it's generating a one club mentality. It's not just a first team and then all the junior teams are all independent. We want to try and create that one group, and if that means me getting involved in training and the players getting involved, and so be it. And we're seeing that being reciprocated back when they're coming to support us. I saw a load on the far side with Paul, the manager, and all the lads. So great to see as a manager. I'm dead proud of that.
Yeah, I saw you when you went over at the final whistle, shaking hands and stuff like that. Just finally, how important is that relationship to have it one-on-one with the fans rather than you just being the manager and you seeing where they're seeing you on videos and stuff like that?
Well, I can't come on here and say, you know, it's like a morgue here sometimes, and we don't have a crowd, and when we do, they're not very noisy, and then we win a game of football and then walk in there and they don't see us. I'm very much, you know, let's go and say thank you for their support. We appreciate it. My family's all over there, and if people are going to make the effort to come and watch my football team, I'm going to go and say thank you. The players will always go and say thank you. I did it in my last club at Com. You know, it's not something that's new that I've just started here. It's the players, you know, the young guns. It's real football. You're close, and there's a personal interaction. We're going to go in the bar now with all my players. We do that every game, and they sit with fans, and I think it's brilliant. And yeah, my message is come and support us, and then we'll try and give something back on the pitch and off the pitch.